So now I start with a new topic called as transformation of equations. Okay, so now we'll start with something called as transformation of equations. So this completes our relation between roots and coefficients and everything. So now we start with something called as transformations of equation and equations. Just a minute, give me a minute. Now you see what will mean by transformation of equation and why it is important. So when I know, suppose you give me an equation. Suppose you give me some equation fx equals to 0. I don't know its roots. Suppose finding root is not that easy. I apply so many methods, but still I cannot find the roots. You know that it is not very easy to find the roots of a biquadratic equation. Suppose I have a root, I have an equation fx equals to 0. I don't know anything about that equation, that I don't know the nature of its roots. I don't know what are the exact roots. But I want to find the equation. Remember, I want to find a new equation whose roots are double of the previous equation. That means I want to find an equation in simple words. Suppose fx equals to 0. This has roots. Alpha 1, alpha 2, dot dot dot, alpha n. I want to find a new equation from fx. I want to find a new equation. Suppose gx equals to 0. And I want such an equation that its roots are 2 alpha 1, 2 alpha 2, dot dot dot, 2 alpha n. But the question being, without actually knowing the roots, is it possible to find gx from fx? That is the question. Okay, so this is what we mean by transformation. Not only multiplying this, I want a root which is 5 times more than the roots of fx. That means I want to find the equation, suppose hx equals to 0, whose roots are like this: alpha 1 plus 5, alpha 2 plus 5, and so on to alpha n plus 5. So whenever we are doing this kind of things, this is known as transformation of equation. Okay, see, when the roots are known, it is not very difficult task to do it. Suppose the roots are 1, 2, 3. Suppose the roots are 1, 2 and 3. Then getting a root getting an equation whose roots are double, that means 2, 4, 6, is not very difficult. This is the equation: x minus 2, x minus 4, x minus 6. But the question is, if the roots are not known, is it possible to find an equation? Is it possible to find an equation whose roots are double the previous equation? Okay, so let's do different kind of transformations. What I mean by different kind of transformation, one transformation is this: multiplying the roots by some number. Suppose I want an equation whose roots are double the previous equation, whose roots are 5 times the previous equation. So this is what I mean by first kind of transformation. Okay, another transformation can be this: adding a number h to the roots and so on. Okay, so let's do the first transformation type. So this is the first transformation type. I will write transformation 1. To transform an equation whose roots are alpha 1, alpha 2, dot dot dot, alpha n, into another equation whose roots are m alpha 1, that means I am multiplying every root by the number m alpha 2, dot dot dot, m alpha n. Okay, so this is what this is my first kind of transformation. I want to multiply the roots by m times, okay, where m is some number greater than 0, or you can take also negative less than 0 also, but not 0 to be very honest. Let's see how to start. Okay, so suppose I have to assume my equation as roots are this. Okay, so let the equation whose roots are alpha 1, alpha 2, dot 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 alpha n be this equation: x to the power n plus p1 x1 x to the power n minus 1 plus p2 x to the power n minus 2, and so on up to p1 x to the pn minus 1 x to the power 1 plus this is n minus 1 again plus pn equals to 0. So let me assume that the equation of roots are alpha 1 to alpha n with this equation n degree algebraic equation. Okay, now you consider this is the rule. What we will do, let y equals to, consider any one of them. Suppose I am taking y equals to m alpha 1. Okay, y equals to m alpha 1. Then from here, what is alpha 1? Alpha 1 is nothing but y by m. So I am assuming that m is not 0, because when m is 0, so this all roots will be 0, so the equation will be just x equals to 0 or x to the power n equals to 0. Okay. Now you see what will happen. I know that alpha 1 is the root of this equation. You know, alpha 1 is the root of this equation. So alpha 1 will satisfy this equation, and instead of alpha 1 I will write y by m. So since alpha 1 is a root of, suppose I call this equation 1, the root of 1, therefore alpha 1 will satisfy this equation, or y by m will satisfy this equation, because alpha 1 and y are same, y by m is same thing. So wherever there is x, I will put y by m. So y by m whole to the power n plus p1 y by m whole to the power n minus 1 plus p2 y by m whole to the power n minus 2 plus dot 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 pn minus 1 y by m plus pn equals to 0. Do you have any confusion up to here? Now you see, I will now jump a step. So this is y to the power n by m to the power n. This is y to the power n minus 1 by m to the power n minus 1, and so on. So what is the LCM? LCM will be m to the power n. LCM will be m to the power n. So what I will remain with? I will remain here with y to the power n plus here. So the LCM was m to the power n, and here I have m to the power n minus 1. So 1 m will be multiplied here. That means m1 p1 y to the power n minus 1 plus it is m to the power n minus 2, but the LCM is m to the power n. So 2m will be multiplied here. That means why m1 I am writing, so sorry. So m square into p2 y n minus 2, and dot dot dot, this will be multiplied with m to the power n minus 1 y, and last one will be multiplied with m to the power n equals to 0. Understood my point? This line, did you understand? So this is the transformed equation. Okay, this is the transformed Now, you might ask, like, what is the guarantee that this equation has roots m alpha 1, m alpha 2, dot, 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 m alpha n? So my answer will be that in place of y, this is the equation in y, keep that in mind, this is the equation in y. You can also change the variable to x also. You put m alpha 1 here or m alpha 2 here, the equation will be satisfied. It's very easy to do. Just you put m alpha 1 everywhere, you will see m to the power n will be common, and then this equation will be remaining with alpha 1 here, and that will be 0. So m alpha 1 is also a root, m alpha 2 is also a root, dot, 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 m alpha n is also a root. And this being an equation of degree n, it cannot have any other root other than m alpha 1, m alpha 2, dot, 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 m alpha n. Okay. So this is the first transformation. That means to get an equation whose roots are m times the roots of the given equation, you keep the first, this should be same. Okay, the leading coefficient should be 1. Keep that in mind. If that is not 1, you please change that by dividing by is not. I'll give you some examples. And what you do, multiply the next coefficient by m, multiply next by m square, and so on. Hold on, what I mean by this I'll tell you. Don't worry, I'll tell you. Okay. I made a mistake here. This should be m to the power n p n. Yes. I forgot to see this term. Yes. Okay. Thank you. So m to the power n into p n is the transform equation. You have to remember this basically because this will be required. So what is the rule to get this roots? Multiply the first coefficient remains same, then you keep on multiplying by m square, m cube, and so on. Suppose I ask you a question. Find an equation whose roots are 3 times the roots of the equation x to the power 4 plus 5x square plus x cube plus x square minus 7x plus 1 equals to 0. So I want an equation whose roots are 3 times the roots of this equation. So I can simply write the solution now. Required equation is, so what is the required equation? The leading coefficient remains same. You can also write in terms of y or in terms of x also. Anyways, I am writing in terms of y for the time being. So y to the power 4, and then you keep on multiplying. This by 3. So this will become 3 into 5 x cube, multiply this by 3 square, multiply this by 3 cube, multiply this by 3 to the power 4. This was the rule of transformation. Just check. So that means or y to the power 4 plus 15x cube plus 9x square minus, this is how much, 27 into 7. How much? I don't know. Just check it. I will not multiply this. And this is 81. 7 sevens are 49. 7 carry 7 2 is 14 and 7. Is it 219? Just check it once. Oh no. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Yeah, 189. No. So this is the transformed equation whose roots are 3 times the roots of this equation. Any confusion, any queries? Okay, so let me ask you another question then if you have no confusion here. So find an equation whose roots are double the roots of the equation suppose again I am taking a polynomial of degree. I may change the polynomial of degree. So it is suppose x to the power 5 this time minus x cube minus x plus 1 equals to 0. So the transform equation is, so required equation is what? What is the required equation? So it is this x to the power 5. Then you see there is a catch. Okay, here the next one will be x to the power 4. You have x to the power 5, x to the power 4, x to the power 3, x to the power 2, x to the power 1, then a number, constant 1. You will multiply this by 1. This will be by 2, this will be by 2 square, this will be by 2 cube, this will be by 2 to the power 4, and this will be by 2 to the power 5. Keep that in mind. So x to the power 4 is absent here, so this will not be there. So this will be multiplied by 2 square and not just 2. It's not like this, you will multiply by 1, 2, 2 square, 2 cube. No. X to the power 4 will be multiplied by 2 because x to the power 4 is not there. So 0 into 2, no need to write. That means I will go to x square. So this will be 2 square into x cube. Again, next is x square. Again, x square is not present. If it would have been present, I would have multiplied that with 2 cube. Not there. Then x will be multiplied by 2 to the power 4. And then 1 will be multiplied by 2 to the power 5. Did you get my point? Did you get my point? So now you see, or it is x to the power 5 minus 4x cube. You can also write y or in terms of x also. Okay, variable doesn't matter here. 16x plus 32 equals to 0. So this is my required equation whose roots will be double. Whose roots will be double of this equation. Let me do 2 more very short questions very quickly. So this is maybe 1, 2. This is doing number 3. Find an equation whose roots are, suppose I'll take double only, r or r, okay, say I'll take double only, okay, are double the roots of this equation. 2x to the power 4 plus x square minus 7x plus 2 equals to 0. Now again I have to find the same thing whose roots are double of this equation. Now one thing you note, I always want, while doing the transformation of this kind, I always want the leading coefficient to be 1. The leading coefficient is not 1 here. So firstly I will change the given equation. The given equation is, so I will divide everything by 2 just to make here 1. So this will be x to the power 4 plus half x square minus 7 by 2x plus 2 by 2 is 1. So this is my given equation. I will always write in this form due to the fact that the leading coefficient should always be 1. Because the leading coefficient was not given as 1, this is the reason I have changed it to this equation. Now we will do the required transformation. Okay, so let me write the equation again, otherwise I will get confused. So let me write in the next page. X to the power 4 plus half x square. I hope this is the correct one I have written, equals to 0. Just a minute. X to the power 4 minus plus half x square minus 7x, 7 by 2x plus 1. So required equation whose roots are double, required required equation whose roots are double of the above equation, double of the given equation, the given equation is this, no? So again I have to multiply by 2 because this is double. So x to the power 4 remains same. So remember, x to the power 4 with 1, x cube with 2, x square with 2 square, x cube with x to the power 1 with 2 cube, and then number with 2 to the power 4. So let's do it. X to the power 4 with 1 and then x cube with 2. X cube is not present, no need to write. Then x square with 2 square. So 2 square into half x square. Then x with 2 cube. 2 cube into 7 by 2x plus 1 with 2 to the power 4 equals to 0, or x to the power 4 plus 2 got cancelled, 2x square minus, this will become 4 7s are 28x plus 16 equals to 0. This is my actual answer. Very quickly I will do one more sum. Similarly, if I ask you, find the equation whose roots are negative roots of the given equation. That means find the equation whose roots are minus alpha 1 minus alpha 2 dot 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 minus alpha n. That means you will multiply x to the power n by 1, that remains same, and then x to the power n minus 1 by minus 1, then x to the power n minus 2 by minus 1 square, and so on. So that means when I ask about the negative roots, find the equation of roots and negative root of the original equation. So I have to multiply the coefficients by, the first one remains 1, and then minus 1 square, minus 1 cube, minus 1 to the power 4, and so on. Okay, keep that in mind also. I'll do last question for today, CV number 4, no? So this is an interesting question. Multiply the roots of this equation of x to the power 4 plus 1 by 2x cube minus 1 by 3x squared. There is no space, I'll write it here, plus 1 by 4x plus 5 by 12 equals to 0. Multiply the roots of this equation by a suitable constant, so that the fractional coefficients of the equation may be removed. First, write the question and explain what you have to do. See, what is the question? You have to multiply the roots of this equation. So you have to either multiply by 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and so on. You have to multiply the roots of this equation by a suitable constant so that the fractional coefficient of the equation may be removed. That means this equation has fractional coefficient, as you can see here. I have to find a transform equation whose roots are a multiple of these roots, but the transform equation should not have the fractional coefficients. So you see, if I multiply by 2, if I multiply the roots by 2, I know this will be multiplied with 1, this will be by 2, this will be by 2 square. But still 2 square by 3 will not be a natural number or an integer. So the fractional coefficient will not be get removed by 2. Right? If I multiply the roots by 2, if I multiply the roots by 3, then this will be multiplied by 3. So 3 by 2 again is will not be considered, because that is again a fractional part. I have to remove all the fraction. Let's go to 4. If I multiply by 4, the same problem will happen here. If I go to 5, the same problem will be here. But if I multiply by 6, all the fractional coefficients will be removed. You see how? So multiplying the roots by 6, the transformed equation is this. Transformed. See, when I'm choosing 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all those things, 2, 3, 4, 5, the fractional coefficients are not getting removed, but when I'm choosing 6, it will be removed. You see how? X to the power 4 remains x to the power 4. I'll multiply this by 6. So 6 into 1 by 2 x cube minus 6 square into 1 by 3, 6 cube into 1 by 4, and 6 to the power 4 into 5 by 12, or x to the power 4 plus this is 3x cube. 36 by 3 is 12x square. This you have to cancel. 6 cube by 4, it will come 54. You please check. And this will come 1296 by 12. That means into 5 also, so 540. This is your answer. I have got a transform equation whose roots are, or whose fractional coefficients has been removed. So solving this equation is much more easy as compared to solving this equation. And once, if I can solve this equation, how will I get the roots of the original equation? Just dividing the roots by 6. So this is one importance or one useful task that we can do from transformation of equations. Okay, so that's all for today. We'll meet in the next class. Thank you.